All right, that's the bell. You guys know at what time it is. It's time for another episode of Gladiator Wrestling Podcast. This one is episode 48. If
What
my
is it?
math a little bit. Episode 48. If my math a little bit serves me correctly.
I don't know if we're live or not, brother. We're supposed to be.
Well, we're live on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook and all that. So we're at least
We're
there.
supposed to be live on TikTok as well.
Oh, man.
I don't know. It looks like I got some kind of funny looking filter on where I'm all pretty and shit. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Boom. Welcome to TikTok Live. Have fun interacting. All right. What's up, TikTok? We are live here. We are live here. We are live here. Here. What's up, Arzal?
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo. All right. Good thing. Good things.
Oh,
All right. Now we're ready to liven it up a little bit here, buddy. Hey.
We try to get going. Well, we've had a wild weekend.
Thanks for the join, Arzal. Arzal's on TikTok. Hey, buddy.
Woo.
And oh, wait a minute. We're live on YouTube, too. Let me click on there. No, just. I'm going to need about fucking 4 laptops. I'm going to need everything just around. And we're going to need like a big NASA computer setup.
Yeah, right.
So, hey, Josh.
Yo.
What do you want to talk about?
Well,
so, Gladiators, what do y'all want to talk about?
It's been a weekend.
You want to say a weekend, or do you want to say it's been a week? Hey.
Just been a weekend, really, because there hasn't been much else going on
in what?
Not much been going on with the WWE. You know, they took the week off. Happy for them. That's awesome. You know, you've heard for years of the strenuous schedule that WWE puts on. They say they run these guys. I know they used to run like 340 or 350 days a year. There's only 365 days in a year, so that ain't a lot of time. So the fact that they're getting a whole week off to spend with the family, spend with their kids or whatnot, that's great. I'm happy for them. Of course, that means we only got shows that were just year in review type shows. So
yeah.
But AEW kept kicking. Honestly, it was a decent Dynamite. We're just not going to get into Dynamite and Rampage. If there was a Rampage, y'all know I don't watch Rampage.
You know what's coming up, right?
They just haven't done much.
For my World's End, we're going to have maybe not one, but 2 hashtag Crockett of Shits.
Uh-oh.
Speaking of Crockett of Shit, hey, speaking of that, man, we need to start preparing for that as well.
Yes. Stay tuned for a little bit later in the show. We're going to tell you what we're preparing for. We're going to tell you what 2024 is going to be all about. This is our New Year's Eve special edition, by the way. There you go.
Hey.
Right. I don't have much. Look, America. That's what I got.
Thanks for the kazoo. Thanks for the kazoo.
It is. We're going to talk about. We're really going to get into World's End. That's what we're about to jump into first and foremost, and then later in the show, we're going to talk about not only what we're doing in 2024, but we're going to talk about everything we went through in 2023 as far as how far we've come with GWP.
Oh, I was going to say, man, I only talk about that with my counselor.
We don't have to get into that stuff. Whew. There's a whole lot of other stuff.
Hit that like and share button, people. Let's share it. Let's get it out there to people.
It's not a 12-hour podcast, so we don't have time to get into all that
right.
other stuff.
Right.
I know both of us personally been through the ringer this year, so but wrestling, That's what this is. That's why it says Gladiator Wrestling Podcast on the flag behind me, behind him. What are you doing? Hey, do we playing with toys? What is it?
Hey, I'm really happy about this one. Hey, I'm really happy about this one. I'm sorry. Hey,
gotta love it.
Yeah.
Oh, where the hell's mine at?
Hey, what's going on? Thanks for joining us, buddy. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and start with World's End.
Well, let's start with World's End 0 Hour.
You know what? I didn't see it. Wasn't it? I think it was like the Battle Royal, and
there was three matches for it. Well, let me switch back over. Hey, Mom.
Was that SB?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Josh, Mom.
I had to switch back over to the chat because I had it on the other thing in case we had a crock of shit. But
that was mine. Hey, Mom.
I don't think we're going to have one at World 0 Hour anyway. So, first match we had was Chris Statlander versus Willow Nightingale.
Oh, I like Willow, man.
This was just a good match. You're talking about two really talented women in the women's division there at AEW. And honestly, they probably
like Willow.
On here they do, but honestly, probably in the wrestling world, I don't know that they get the credit they deserve. Camera's in front of me. I'm so not used to it yet. But Statlander and Nightingale put on a good match, and Willow won. So
good for her.
Got a win in Willow. Then we had the 20-man battle royal, which was for a contract similar to the one that's inside the Money in the Bank contracts, which we will talk more about later. That's going to come up in a little bit. But Kill Switch won that one. It was
now Kill Switch. If everybody don't know, that's AKA formerly known as Luchasaurus.
Right. So that match I got to see. I got to see Statlander and Nightingale. The third match I did not get to see, and it was Hook versus Wheeler Yuta for the FTW title. Yeah.
Hook?
Yeah.
You know what? I kind of figured he was there because I saw him on some little previews when he was outside.
Yeah. So he fought Wheeler Yuta for the FTW title. It was FTW rules, and Hook won. Everybody stop clapping. We're trying to get on with the show.
Wait a minute. What?
Hook won. So he's still FTW champion.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Whew. I thought you said for the pure.
Oh, no.
Whew.
No, it was for the FTW.
So he's got the decorative title. Okay.
Yeah.
He's got the title that you go to aisle I-12 and pick up in the box.
Don't say that where Taz can hear it. Look, Taz ain't been in the ring in a long time, but I still don't want to take a suplex. That's not true. I take a suplex from Taz.
Right.
But that was 0 Hour. From what I understand, it was good stuff, pretty decent. Like I said, I watched those two matches. I didn't watch Hook and Wheeler, but I understand it was pretty good.
I remember you talking about that Battle Royal, and I didn't even know that Kill Switch was even in it. So when you told me that, I was like, what?
It was funny. So I didn't get it. So I was watching this where I could. Arnold, what's up?
Who?
Arnold.
Oh, what's up, Arnold? Has your
package arrived yet? I was trying to track it earlier, and it was being jerked to me, and I couldn't figure out how to track it. But it should be on the way if it hasn't arrived yet. It should be there.
I don't know. Arnold is the proud winner of the giveaway.
Yes, sir. What? I confused my. Oh, so I was watching at work in the spare time. I had on my 15-minute break and stuff, so I was able to catch those 2 matches. I didn't catch the last of the other one, and then I watched the rest of the pay-per-view today. But so when I tuned in to watch that 20-man battle royal, they were already started, and the 2 biggest guys in the match, who I think were Lance Archer and Killswitch, were buried under tables and stuff. All they just kept saying was they buried the big guys. They buried the big guys. I was like, well, crazy. What? Who is it? So then I had to close it out, and I had to come back to the match. I didn't watch it in full, and I came back to it, and then I'm like, okay, wow, this is kind of going wild. Okay, let me see who's left in the match. That should tell me who's going to win, right? So I'm looking. Oh, so, okay. Never mind. I can't tell from who's I'm looking at in the ring right now who's going to win. And then a few minutes later, there's Killswitch, and all of a sudden he's won. And I was like, wait, I didn't know he was in the match. But so
that's going to lead to one of my other crock of the shits of the night, man. So just get spoiler. This is not a spoiler alert. This is a prediction. So,
oh boy.
But I like the very first match.
What did they call that match?
All-Star.
All-Star Classic.
Yeah. And dude, if I'm not okay, if anybody else watched it and they can put their 2 cents in, to me, that seemed like Brody had some legit beef with Daddy Magic.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
and to me, it looked like he was serving. Changed her name. What's up, GWP Mom? Number 1. Looked like, because you notice Brody, if anybody don't know Brody, I mean, it looked like he stayed out of the ring for a minute because it looks like he felt like, I think he legit hurt Daniel Garcia. Because it looked kind of real there for a minute, and the way Brody was talking to Daddy Magic outside, I mean, it was pure profanity and violence.
Yeah, it may have been a receipt.
Yeah, I think he was given a couple, because and Daddy Magic looked like he was about to, like he was scared, because he was like, look, I mean, he just broke the poor kid's nose.
Well, Daddy Magic might want to sit his ass down, because Brody, God bless, man, that dude is
good guy though. Hey, nice guy. Oh, we met him.
Oh yeah, Brody, he was nice as possible.
He made me feel like a toddler, but you know what I mean?
He's huge.
He made me feel like I was a little kid
come on,
again,
you guys get in the picture. We're like, you're too big.
Hey, I didn't bring my selfie stick, man. I'm sitting there like that. You know what I mean?
I mean, he's a big guy. He's an awesome guy. Great guy. Just to, to walk up, trying to get inside the building and just walk into a couple of fans and be nice about it. We didn't try to take up a whole lot of his time or nothing. It was just like, hey man, can we get a selfie and good luck tonight. Thank you so much, and move on. And he was happy to have the interaction. You could tell it wasn't bothered by it at all.
And you could tell a lot by that match, because they had Mr. Garcia make the finisher and the pin.
Right.
And a lot of people don't know. What's up, everybody? A lot of people don't know. It's like, if you know wrestling, you watch who they let pin, and they let who gets to, get the spot. Like when we was talking about, what was it? What's her name, dude? Keith Lee's wife. I always get it mixed up.
Oh, Michin.
Yeah. How she finished off Io the other night and get the pin. No, she did Bailey. No, that was Io. She did Io through the table. But that was it. But man, they got the win, dude. But man, God dang, I like Jay White, man. God, I like Jay White, and I like Briscoe, and I feel something's coming with Lethal. I feel it, because he still can't get a win. He got 0 points in the tournament. He can't get a win to save his life.
Yeah.
And Lethal's talented.
Oh God. Lethal's got talent in just, he can hand out bags of talent to everybody he knows, and he still wouldn't run out.
Right. You're right. Yeah.
But
that was a good one, dude.
So I'd like to mention something real quick. because we were talking about when we got the chance to meet Brody King. We met Eddie Kingston that same night. Matter of fact, the same time. We've told that story several times. Here's the thing, because I saw a story earlier today about what happened after the show last night. So we were just out there at the door hanging out before we were allowed to go inside. We couldn't go inside yet. We got to the arena early. We're just out there chilling at the steps. They were coming in that way. We just walked up and asked for a selfie. We did not ask for autographs. We did not have a stack of freaking selfies. I mean, a stack of 8x10s and wanting signatures.
Yeah.
If I was to ask for something to sign, and everybody that's watched this show for a while will know what we would have done, we would have brought that flag out and asked them to sign it. But here's the thing. I don't believe we brought that flag with us, because
it was in the car.
Had we brought it in and they made us get rid of it or something, like
my sign,
it would have ruined the night. I would not have I would have wasted the ticket, because I would not have thrown that flag away. But reason I say that is because I saw earlier that evidently after the show there was fans waiting at the hotel. Somehow they found out where they were staying. They waited at the hotel to get autographs. So, and there's been a lot of this stuff. We've talked about it on here before, where we saw the video where they found Jeff Hardy at the airport and just had him signing. And then the dude throws him on the freaking ground.
In the kicker, Josh,
trying to sign 20 damn autographs.
But I don't mean to interrupt right there, but the kicker is these stars is that would be like me and you walking up to, say, Brody or Eddie that night, right?
Right.
You with the stack of pictures and me videoing. So It's like, if they don't do it, they're pricks, So they got to do it. And these people who are just, let's just be honest, taking them and selling them,
right,
are making them sign 30, 40 pictures. It's happened with Alexa Bliss. It's happened with all of them up there in WWE.
Pretty much,
like, if you don't sign it, you're an asshole. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and of course they're videoing them, and they're going, "Oh well, see what a jerk he is."
Yeah,
man, we were turned into freaking 10-year-olds. I'll just tell you right now, if we would have videoed it, it would have been the funniest thing you've ever saw, because you just saw two 40-year-old men acting like 10-year-old children because they got to meet the wrestlers.
Yeah.
Would I have loved to get their autograph on that flag? Sure. But man, they're trying to get in there so I can go watch a badass show later that night. So I'm not trying to bother them like that.
And I think everybody outside of Bridgestone kind of had the understanding. Not one person asked for an autograph.
No, none of them.
Not one person. And they all had the understanding of, what's up, Dylan? Oh, hey, Dylan. How are you, buddy? Man, we could have sworn you said you was going to do something if we found out that Adam Cole was the devil. But, yeah, I mean, what did Brody, did he get mad with somebody, or is that why it was?
No, I just saw that there was an article that came out because there was just a bunch of people waiting at the hotel for all the AEW stars last night. And, I just wanted to throw that out there. That's not the way we roll, because we started talking about meeting them outside the arena. That's not the way we roll. We were, like I said, we got there an hour early. Did we do that with partial intentions of trying to see some of the guys? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. We 100% said, let's get there early and see if we can see them going in.
And we saw a couple other people before that, Sammy and a couple other people, but that was just at the beginning. But
they went in. We saw Hangman go in the back way and stuff like that. So we found us a spot to sit. We met a lot of great people and had some fun, and we did get to meet them. But we, our intention was maybe we'd just get to see them walking through. We never in a million years did I think we'd get to take some selfies with them and talk to the guys, shake their hand or shit like that. It was,
Thanks for the shares, Dylan.
That was the intention, was to get to see them going in.
Yeah.
So anyways, we've got we've pulled a GWP and went off on a tangent there, but we're back to World's End. So that first match was the 8-man tag All-Star Classic, wasn't it? Isn't that what it called?
Yeah, I believe so.
8-man All-Star. Anyways, but Garcia,
it was
Briscoe,
basically
Claudio.
The people who were in the Continental Classic.
Right. Except for Swerve.
You too, buddy. Have a good New Year. You'll celebrate yours in a couple hours. We still got till midnight. That's a good thing about living in Tennessee. You get to celebrate New Year's twice. You know what I mean?
Right.
We see the ball drop at 11, then the music note at 12. So
yeah.
But so next match, Miro.
Andrade versus Miro.
Your boy, Miro.
This was interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we're about to see the last of Andrade, honestly.
So evidently in the press conference afterwards, I don't know how I feel about them doing a press conference after every pay-per-view now. You know, both companies do it. AEW does it. WWE does it.
You know where they got that from, right? New Japan.
Yeah, I know. It's exactly where it came from. I just don't know how I feel about it. I mean, sometimes it's kind of okay. Sometimes it's like a. But anyways, so in that press conference, that's the reason I brought it up. In that press conference, Tony Khan said that Andrade's contract is up.
I know. I'm telling you, he's going to be tomorrow night. Raw.
I bet he don't show up till Rumble if he's just gonna show up.
I don't know. Rumors are floating around that he's gonna show up on a Raw. But maybe. You never know. I don't know.
They never gave him a real
DJ screwed him, buddy.
They never gave him a real good shot on the main roster.
I think with everything that's going on now with the LWO, Santos Escobar,
yeah,
you know, he's going up against Logan, and I believe he's going to come in. That would be a good one. Santos is good, man.
Yeah.
Santos like against Andrade, that'll be a good match.
Yeah,
I could see that happening.
But
I think now we're going to have CJ and Miro back together, though.
Yes. So we got Miro with the win.
With their finger.
CJ kind of helped him a little bit there. So she kind of turned on her client. But this is probably what Miro needs to succeed in AEW, because Miro by himself, he came in with Kip Sabian and what's her name, and did the whole "we're gamers" thing, and that did not work for Miro. It's not going to work for him. He's a freaking monster. He should be dominating in everything he does. So with getting CJ Perry now back as his manager, hopefully, some folks might need to watch out, because.
What title did he have before he left? Was it the TNT?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get to that. Ugh.
Yeah, he's a former TNT champion. So
he does a mean camel clutch.
Oh yeah, he's pretty brutal. So I'm kind of excited to see what happens now that him and CJ Perry are looking like it's going to be. She's going to be managing him again. So very interesting. Weird way to get back to it, but it's fine.
I hear you, Arzal. I hear you. He honestly hopes to see Miro and CJ back in WWE. They just let her go recently, though, didn't he?
Yeah. She got her release earlier this year, I believe it was.
Believe me, I would absolutely love to see some fresh, talented faces join WWE. But unfortunately, I'm looking at all these cameras real quick. Hey, it's not going to happen. And if it does, they're going to be put on the back burner, because now we've got this new jacked up heel AJ Styles. We got a beefed up Randy Orton. And it's just not. Me and Josh were talking about the other night. Who even makes sense now for Roman? Can anybody tell us? But that's neither here nor there. We will get to that after we get done the roundup of World's End.
Right.
I like this next match. I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Tony and Riho.
Tony's what is it? Timeless Tony Storm versus Riho.
Hey, come on now. Timeless Tony.
Timeless.
I'm liking it, bro. Hey, I am liking this Timeless Tony Storm. I love how they cut the black and white. I love how they do all that, man.
Like, it really does. She's really taken to it too. I mean, she's using it for everything it's worth. I love it.
He gets her close up and says, "And man, with the spots with her and Luther, hey."
Yeah, they finally found something Luther can be useful at.
But I'm on spoiler alert.
Nice.
Spoiler alert. Mariah May's only going to be a fan for so long, people.
Right.
Mariah May. If you watch our podcast, every independent person we have talked about, Josh, when we first started this podcast, is a name on national TV now. Hey, Billy Starks, Mariah May, The Bounty Hunter, all of them.
What episode was that? Let's see. When did we do that?
Mariah May is the truth. And I'm going to tell you, hey, she got her start. I got it right here. Hey.
It looks like episode 6, maybe?
Episode 6. Yep. Look, Jake something, Brian Keith, Mariah May, Billy Starks, Alex Zane. Yeah. Mariah May will be AEW Women's Champion.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, when we watched that last night, we saw her come out at the end, and she had that bucket.
Yep.
We actually were on break getting to watch that, and we were sitting there going, "She's about to hit her with the bucket. She's about to hit her. She's about to hit her."
Yep.
She did, by the way, if you haven't watched it. If you haven't watched it, she didn't hit her with the bucket, but
she's the real deal, bro. She's the real deal. She ain't like these Jades and these whatever coming in. She's got Japan training. She started in Japan. So she's the real deal. What's up, everybody? We are at 2,000 likes on TikTok, buddy.
Woo! Awesome.
Moderator's on it. She's keeping track, telling everybody hello and goodbye. And, you know, because we're just flowing through people's For You pages. You know what I mean?
Right.
But, man, okay. The next one. And this is, ladies and gentlemen, Gladiator's first Crockett shit of the week. Thank you, Josh. And I will say this.
Ready.
I'm going to go ahead and say this, okay? It was Dustin Rhodes versus Swerve Strickland. And I wish you could hit the button right there. But for Swerve Strickland to probably put on some of the best matches AEW has had this year, for them to basically say, you know what, this is what we're going to do for you. First of all, Keith Lee, we were disappointed with that. And then
that's what the match was supposed to be. It's supposed to be Swerve versus Keith Lee. For why?
Yeah, and then even more of a disappointment. Sorry, Dustin, but man, no. Okay. Swerve Strickland, that was a total waste of his time. I understand his pain. And I'm glad he said it at the end of his match after he absolutely just destroyed Dustin Rhodes. Don't waste my time like this ever again. You know what I mean? So that is a smack in the face. If Swerve Strickland doesn't have a title, I don't care what it is. I know it ain't going to be the heavyweight title because that's going to be on, him, and then White's going to have it before the end of the year.
There's some things about that we won't talk about till the end, but I was not happy when they announced that first match that it was going to be Keith Lee, and then when they said Keith Lee's hurt, and then it's going to be Dustin, I was like, this is stupid.
Yep.
And if you watch this, watch it, slow down, Don't watch it with the disappointment of why is Swerve in this damn match.
Yep.
He shouldn't be in this. Swerve should be doing something major. Pick it apart. Here's how we got to pick it apart. First things first. They had to get some way to get him on the card because you've got your final pay-per-view of the year.
Why didn't they put him in the All-Star tag, the match?
That's where he should have been.
Put Daniel Garcia in
why.
There's still a smack.
But instead of putting him in that, he got a singles match. Now he gets to showcase. Okay, that's not bad. But why is he showcase? Why? Because they tried to reopen the thing with Keith Lee, and that's where it all failed. But Dustin, you can watch it, and you could tell Dustin went into this knowing this is not what Swerve should be doing.
I know.
If you
seen his face walking down the ring.
If you watch the way Dustin handled that match and the way Dustin put it over, because you've got a legend in Dustin. Whether people want to admit it or not, Dustin Rhodes is a damn legend. He will be in the Hall of Fame, and if he's not, they're doing him an injustice. I don't care how people feel about the Goldust gimmick. He pulled that off so well. We talked about it before, not get into that. Dustin made Swerve look so fucking good. Not that he needs it, but he did everything in his power to make sure that Swerve come out of that looking like he absolutely demolished him.
Yeah.
It was perfect. You could tell Dustin knew what needed to be done for this match. This match was the only way I could justify Tony Khan booking. Hey, I was looking for that. Sorry. ADD, my bad. The only way Khan could justify trying to set up the Keith Lee match is because he needed some reason to get him on the card in a singles match instead of being lost in the 8-man tag. Stupid way of doing it. Don't agree with putting him in with Keith Lee. But I think it was a good call after watching it to use Dustin that way. Because Dustin didn't come out of it looking weak at all. Swerve come out of it looking like, hey, you're going to fucking look at me. You're going to pay attention to me. Guess what? This is going to be me.
You know what?
Like it or not. So as disappointed as I was with the announcement, after watching it more than once, I've watched that match more than once. I've rewound it, watched what Swerve had to say afterwards. You could tell he didn't like the fact that he should have been doing something else. But the way Swerve and Dustin handled business, they did exactly what they should have done with what they were given. So no shade to Swerve or Dustin. This match is a pure failure in booking only.
Yeah.
Because they did exactly what needed to be done. That you put someone in there in Dustin that knew what he needed to go out there and do. He knew he was going to have to go out there and just get fucking pummeled.
Yeah. And that arm pop at the end was fucking...
Woo!
Yeah.
Oh, it was bad. So
I'm going to tell you this. I really want to see there will be a title on Swerve by the end of the year, and probably it's going to be the international title. Hey, that's the reasonable doubt. That's the title that makes the most sense for him right now. So, because honestly, I don't like the Cassidy now after he lost it and got it back.
It's not as good. But there's still some pretty decent entertainment value because every time somebody does a promo, he walks up and says, I know what this is. I'll see you Wednesday.
I know what you're getting at, you know.
But when it comes to Swerve and Dustin, I still consider it, as we said, a crock of shit. But in booking only because Swerve and Dustin did exactly what they should have done.
Yeah. And then, okay. So we know Swerve walked out of that one. Now we come up on this.
This was interesting. 8-man tag.
And should we get into that? I mean, we'll get into the match, but should we get into the other thing?
No, we'll just do the match.
Yeah, we'll skip over that. Everybody's got enough internet to know. Jericho, Darby, Sammy Guevara, and Sting against Ricky Starks, Big Bill,
Hobbs, and Takeshita.
Yeah, Hobbs and Takeshita. Now, I'm sorry, worst match of the night.
I absolutely agree.
And worst match of the night.
And that pisses me off to say that. Why? Because Sting was in it. Jericho was in it. Legends. How do you have those two in anything and fuck it up?
They showed their true age in that match.
Darby, Sammy. Okay, I've just listed that team. There's no reason this match should have sucked. Then on the other end, you have Ricky Starks. You have Takeshita. Both of them are fucking talented. I like both of them.
Can I just say something real quick? And I don't know if it's just me or if anybody else agrees with me, but is it like Takeshita? I always forget his name. Ibushi. Do they? It seems like once they make that transition to AEW, they don't seem like the same wrestlers.
Well, Takeshita definitely changed, and then I don't know.
Now, Ibushi just looks lost in the ring every time he gets in there.
Yeah. Now I think Takeshita made good changes, but so I listed off a whole lot of talent right there, and I skipped
Big Bill.
I skipped Bill and I skipped Hobbs. So Hobbs, I still have hope for. Hobbs is still good. He needs polishing. He was getting a lot. I can tell you right now, he learned a lot by being under Taz's tutelage.
Yeah.
But the standout worst performer in that match for me was Big Bill.
Him and Jericho's spots were awful.
Every spot with him and Jericho was a complete failure. So Bill and Jericho both were complete failures in that match. And I don't like
I'm trying to line up my GWP.
Do what?
See? I'm trying to line up my GWP with a hat right there. Look.
Sorry, folks. But, ADHD hits again.
And I never, it's like.
I got my pen, though.
It's like, man, I just watched it and I was like, what was that? Hey, what happened there? Even Sting missed some when he was supposed to flip dude up and he hit the ropes. Like, that was a missed spot. It was like,
was a train wreck. And
not to mention just the crowd just absolutely just booing and just wanting him to get Jericho to get punished over and over and over by Hobbs.
It was just not good. Unless, Darby, Sammy, they're both so good.
You guys are insane. No, Arnhem, we're telling the truth, buddy. Hey.
Well, he may have something there, but that's still. Sting and Darby and Sammy, Starks, Takeshita, there should have been a lot of good stuff coming out of that match with just those. Even with your two older guys, maybe just holding back for certain spots. And then you got, Bill and Hobbs. They could have had their, used them correctly. And I just don't know. That match was just lost on me.
Yeah. I know. It's like, I don't know. It's like once Kenny got
thank you, Arnold.
down, it was like they had to feel something. But Arnold, on your other question, I'm pretty sure Josh will message you later about it. You know what I mean? But yeah. I don't know. I don't know where this leads to, and I hope Sting's last match is coming up, and he looked very, very gassed and not into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we still got to figure out who his last opponent would be.
I think part of Sting's thing with this is a big deal is that last match, and if he gets in here with someone like Big Bill or Hobbs and something gets screwed up and he's injured, and then you've got this last match pay-per-view that.
Yeah, I understand. They put a lot of money into that match, man.
Yeah.
They put a lot of money into that Greensboro. You know what I mean?
So it's not something he can, which makes it the fact that they put Sting and Darby in this match odd. This whole.
I know when they come out last week, it was like, what? Hey, when they come out on Dynamite, I was like, okay, what is this about? Why are they out here? You know what I mean? They didn't have beef with none of those guys in there, bro.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's up, guys? Let's try to get to 4K likes, buddy. Let's try to get to 4K likes. But, yeah, that was my number one. That was my first, one of my crock of the shits of the night. No, sorry. I might add that on there, too, because that was my crock of the shit match. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was that whole match was a crock of shit. But
we'll move on.
This one.
I liked it.
I got stuff to say about this one too. TBS Championship.
Can I be honest where you started?
Yeah.
I never knew about, and I feel stupid. I never knew about this Abaddon.
Yeah.
I never knew about it.
I know they had to. I clicked the wrong one, but I'll go back to that one. Hold on.
Man, that hurts me, man. I hate the Kenny's.
They had to pivot. They didn't have to pivot till they fell off the damn map.
Everybody knows here that's been watching Gladiator since episode 1. I'm a Kenny fan, bro. I'm a Kenny fan, and that one hurt.
Yes, I agree. World's End had a bunch of filler matches, which did bring the show down overall. That is true. Very true. All right. So TBS Championship match: Julia Hart versus Abaddon.
Yeah.
So
I like her since I've seen her. She's actually got some in-ring talent. Abaddon.
Yeah. I've liked Abaddon. They're truly different.
Yeah.
I know that's they is how they want to be described, and that's fine. I like Abaddon though. I've been saying it for a while. When I first saw Abaddon on AEW stuff, I was like, whoa, what is this? This is so different. This is different. I like it. This is not something you see in the women's division much.
I feel so bad. I've never heard of her until like a couple weeks ago when I talked to you, and I was like, who's this woman with the green face?
Yeah.
He was like, oh, that's Abaddon. She's actually pretty good. I was like, I don't know about her, man.
Yeah. Pretty good stuff, though.
Spot, man, was talking about Tony and Rio. I don't know why it made me bring it up, but go ahead.
But I like that match. I've been happy with Julia Hart's run as TBS champion.
She's good.
And getting Abaddon on a pay-per-view like this to showcase, I was super happy when they announced the match, and I was like,
one of Julia's best decisions was getting with House of Black.
Oh yeah,
dude. Hey, when you're training with Malachi, Buddy Murphy, and Brody King, come on, bro.
By the way,
speaking of that, side note. Speaking of something like that, side note, CM Punk and AJ was spotted training together. So
I saw that video. Did you see the video?
Yeah.
She was tearing his ass up.
That also could be for that show Heels too. So that show Heels because she's on that.
But that TBS Championship match that we're talking about was conducted under house rules. I did not realize they were bringing the house rules back after they lost, but Julia Hart's bringing the house rules back. So that gave Abaddon the choice of stipulation.
They must not have seen the light was on. You can't blame them.
Abaddon's stipulation choice was that biting is legal.
Yeah. That was funny.
Uh-oh. Ours said that Heels got canceled. Or
really?
Was it Heels or
hey, moderator.
Heels. Wow, I think what we was talking about. Wasn't it? What the hell?
Yeah, it was Heels. Yeah, Heels. Because we were talking about AJ and CM Punk.
Wasn't that show called Wow? The one she was.
No, dude, this was a show on Stars called Heels. It was about wrestling family.
Oh, okay, my bad.
And where that girl, Hollywood, Haley J, Hollywood, or.
Oh yeah. Now I remember. Okay, sorry.
But AJ Lee trained a lot of them women in there. The women, the actresses, she trained a lot of them. But anyways, Julia Hart won.
Yes. And that's what we was talking about earlier, because she, Julia Hart wins. It's gonna be pretty cool.
This next one I liked, but I didn't really. I didn't care for the end. A lot of people may have liked it. I didn't.
Yeah, this is. I'm just not sure.
That may be my crock of shit number 2. I just didn't like the way it was played out.
Well, let's talk about it.
Everybody knows me. I hate to see something ruined that was good. You know what I mean? It was like Adam Copeland and Christian.
Right.
Christian.
The patriarch.
Yeah, Christian Cage, as Nigel said his name.
This was a no DQ match for the TNT Championship. Christian defending against Adam Copeland.
It's fucking good.
Man, they tore it up. Of course, I mean, who didn't expect them to tear it up?
Yeah, true.
No way. True. I don't see a way that those two don't have a good match unless they're both 90 years old.
Yeah.
But it was a good match. There was quite the goofy botch if you saw the flaming table spot.
Dude, hey, come on, Nick Wayne. Even Bree was like, he didn't even hit it.
I was like, what just happened?
And she's 8, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? And she was even like, okay, that's supposed to hurt. Why? But it was good. I was supposed to have a drink after medicine. It's pointless. Sorry, guys. Program alert. Hear me? All right. But anyways, so I love the way Edge. God dang it, Adam. They said the outfit he wore the last time he wore was against Mick Foley.
They're calling him Edge. That guy, Edge wrestled at WWE. That guy's retired.
You know what? They said the last time he wore that gear was against Mick Foley.
Is that what he wore against Foley?
Yeah. What's up, everybody? Everybody that's on TikTok, thanks for joining us. Come on, guys. We need 4,000 likes for the end of the show.
All right.
You got 12 minutes. Exactly. But anyways, I love the way Adam kissed that ladder, man, when he brung it out.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes.
And everybody must have known because it was like, we won't fire.
Right,
Right. But the end, Josh.
So, the end of which match?
Exactly.
So
so I loved it. I love that Adam finally took that title off.
Adam Copeland won the TNT Championship.
And then we had Lucha Killswitch do a Money in the Bank cash-in.
And Killswitch comes out, attacks Adam Copeland, right? And then he grabs that contract and he's going to hand it to the ref. And here comes Christian in, push the ref. By the way, he should be fined for that.
He didn't want to give it up. He didn't want to give it up.
No, he tells Killswitch to give him the contract, and he does. He signs the contract. Blah blah blah. Spears Adam Copeland, and now Christian is TNT champion again.
Tony, there's other people who can hold that title, right? I mean, everybody loves Christian's persona and the stuff he does, but this is getting a little what did he whisper to Lucha to make him just calm down and hand him over this contract? You know what I mean?
Here's the deal, and I don't understand where this leads. So, yes, this. I've been reading up on it all day. Yeah. Nobody wants to see the Edge and Christian thing, end. We want to see, we still want more matches out of them. We've only had 3 now, maybe 2, 3.
Yeah.
So of course we want to see this continue, but here the TNT title being stuck in this rivalry is just, I don't know. It's not helping the TNT title any. TNT Championship. So
No.
I don't know. Again, I love this whole patriarchy thing Christian's doing. I think it's great. I don't know how long we're dragging it out because I can't, knowing Tony Khan, knowing how big of a fan he is, I cannot foresee him not putting them two back together at some point.
I hope so. Hope it's sooner than later.
I tell you what, I was wondering was about to happen before Killswitch got involved. What I thought may end up being the end of the match is Adam continuing to beat the holy piss out of Christian, and and this was a long shot, but it was in my head. I thought we might see a certain team that does a certain 3D move
seriously?
Come out to stop Adam from doing what he knows he'll regret, or something of that.
Wishful thinking there, brother. Hey, that's nice. Hey, that's some good wrestling writing right there.
Well, I was trying.
Hey, if they came out, dude, that damn New York Stadium would have blew its roof off at the pop it got, bro.
There is my segue to why I thought it could happen. They were in New York.
Yeah.
So, it was a long shot. I thought maybe we'd see something like that because that's what we've already talked about on here. We would love to see.
The only good thing about this thing right now is the addition of Nick Wayne's mom.
Yeah. But it wasn't the worst thing. It wasn't the worst thing, in wrestling.
It was a good match. The first part of it was.
Yes.
It's like, man, Edge, man, you can't catch a break, bro. I mean, Adam, dang, you got demolished in WWE by Judgment Day. It's like,
yeah,
man, can't catch a break. That's okay though, because Sammy will probably get that title again sooner or later. Swerve's going to have the international, and Jay White will eventually be heavyweight champion by the end of the year. Well, I hear you, man. But the Hardys are just, I hate watching Matt. I love Matt and Jeff, but Matt just looks so tired now. He's so stiff, and it's not the same Hardys. But of course, it's not going to be the same Hardys. But it's like maybe as a last hoorah, maybe they'll throw those all three together at Sting's last match. You know what I mean? Make it kind of like a hoorah type thing in Greensboro.
I would love to see those three teams come together just for their last outing. Let all three teams call it good and go off into the sunset. That's what I would like to see. Will we get it? I don't know. Maybe.
I put Adam beats Christian and loses the Christian.
I put no DQ TNT Championship, Adam versus Christian, and then right underneath it, Christian versus Adam 2.
I'll tell you what, though, I like this next match, though, brother.
Oh boy, if y'all have listened to us, y'all know what we think about Eddie Kingston. Y'all know what we're about to have a good time because. Oh, okay. I see.
Hey, there we go. All right. Yes, sir. King of the Bums, baby. King of the Bums.
Oh, shit. I'm going to knock something over, but I got you.
You really need Tony bringing in more XW. I know. I understand ours all.
So.
I see what you're saying, bud.
Yeah. Again, that's I only want them brought in for the final match. I don't want them sticking around. All three teams need to retire.
Let's get 4K, guys.
Possibly they could be on as helping the new teams or something, learn the ropes or shit like that. But
real tag teams
off TV, yes, real tag teams.
Real tag teams, please.
But let's okay. This is what we got. This is where we're at. Continental Classic final.
You know what I noticed? They kind of gave a spoiler of what the title looked before the match.
Really?
They put it up on the dang screen, dude. If you go back and look at it, they spoiled the way the title looks before the match. They put it up there, like how they do the AEW title and stuff.
Yeah, I knew they'd been showing. I knew they'd been showing the other two titles up there. I didn't. But it's Mox versus Eddie Kingston.
Damn good match, man.
So we talked about this already. It made the whole tournament seem weird. But for it to end this way with these two, this is definitely a match that we wanted to see.
Okay.
Cannot complain anytime Mox and Eddie step in there together. These two have such a connection, such chemistry, such history that there's no way they don't put it down when they go out there.
And the good thing about it was kind of like a boxing type, you know what I mean? How it's like a slap, man. Yeah, it was so funny when he slapped Mox and Mox dropped down, was like, whoa, wait a minute, wait a minute. Well, it hurt a little bit, Eddie, man.
He chased him around the ring, popping the shit out of him.
Yeah.
It was so yeah, there was a lot more striking in that match than normal, but man, it was such a good one though. And of course, our man Eddie walked away with his New Japan Pro Strong.
Yeah. Open Strong.
New Japan, yeah, Strong anyway, title, his Ring of Honor heavyweight title, and now the Continental Classic Crown title.
Continental Crown. That's what they call it, the Continental Crown Championship.
So it's a great match. Them two tore it up.
The ending was very good too, man. I liked Mox's sportsmanship. Hey, that was the real shit.
I love that.
Josh. Go ahead.
I love the way that the match itself ended. It was, you could tell they just beat the hell out of each other. They're like, oh God, so ready. And Eddie's down, Mox is back up, and Mox is like, oh, bullshit, you're done. Smack the shit out of him. All of a sudden, Eddie's awake, and then it's a slapping back and forth.
His chest was raw, looked like ground beef, man.
Oh man. But then it was a slap to Eddie, which spun Eddie around and hit him with what's it called, the shuriken?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, backhanded his ass, went straight to the ground. Mox is out for the count.
Let's get 4K, people.
But the sportsmanship he's talking about was awesome. They brought in his titles, handed him his New Japan and his Ring of Honor ones first, and then the ref brings the other one out, takes it out of the bag, hands that to him. It looked genuine, like that's the first time Eddie had seen it.
Yeah.
So I loved the reaction. And he ended up, because he's fucking tired. So he had all three titles laid down beside him, and he looks at the corner, and Mox is still sitting there. So Mox gets up, Eddie gets up, they hug, and then Mox immediately left the ring to give Eddie his moment.
All right. So my point on that, and I'm going to bring it up, and Arzal and everybody else will know, I told Josh, I said, you know what? I respect Jon Moxley for that. Because that was Eddie's moment.
Yeah.
It's not like when my man, Macho won it, and Hogan stayed in the ring and took all of Macho's glory. It's about as bad as Brian Danielson, Daniel Bryan, whatever you want to call him, stealing Daniel Garcia's entrance earlier in the night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he got out of the ring. No, this is Eddie's moment. I'm not going to sit here and flex my muscles and get the crowd hype for me because I'm Hogan. And, but man, I loved it, man. It was a good match, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, my second crock of the shit, by the way, was a kill switch thing. Okay.
But
4K, 1,000 more people. 4K. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
That was my favorite match of the night. For me, that was my favorite.
I agree. And you know what? I like Eddie, man. And I will be honest with you. I used to not. But after I met him, I got a whole new outlook on him. And now I'm a fan.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a fan. I'll go back in for Eddie Kingston, man.
Yep.
I like it.
We've told the story on here before, and we'll tell it this last time. This is the same event we were talking about earlier where we met Brody King, right?
Right? We're about to talk about that.
Yeah, we're about to get into that, Arnold. So we thought, because like we said, we were just out there hanging out and hoping to see wrestlers. We were never thought in a million years we'd actually get a chance to actually talk to anybody, take a picture, none of that. Eddie comes up, and I believe he was with Brody, was he not?
Yeah, he was a Brody King.
And Brody King stops, and he's taking selfies, and he's talking to us. Very difficult to get a selfie with that big giant, but
yeah,
beside the point. Eddie kept walking, and we were all kind of like, well, damn.
That was rude.
He didn't even acknowledge us. He walks up there, talks to the person at the door, walks inside, sets down his bags, comes back out the door, and motions for us to come up there.
Yep.
So we got to go up there and actually talk to Eddie, and he was adamant. But come on, guys, come on, get up in here. Let's go. He was adamant about getting the opportunity to meet the fans and chill with us.
He was even asking, "Hey, you sure you don't want one? Do you want one? Do you need a picture? Come on, man, let's get out."
And we made, and I hope it really was him, but we made an Instagram post about that. And Eddie replied and said he really appreciated everything we had said about him and the post we made where we posted the picture.
Yeah, I hope that was him too, bro.
I really hope it was him. I don't know why anyone else would claim that they took a picture with us. But anyways, so from then on, it's like, dude, GWP, we love Eddie Kingston. The dude made extra effort. He didn't just get caught in a stop, made extra effort to come back out and say hi. So
hashtag Ringside Collectibles, we need a Supreme or Ultimate Eddie with all 3 titles, please.
Absolutely.
That would definitely be a day of unboxing.
Boy, howdy.
Thank you, Arnhem. Thank you. Maybe if you stick around, we probably got some good news coming to Gladiators about the year of 2024. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You too may be able to own a flag.
Before we get to that, we have the main event.
Yeah, man.
MJF.
Dylan, you still on? Is last week still on?
He hasn't posted anything on here.
Damn it. All right.
So MJF versus Samoa Joe for the Triple B, the AEW World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah. You know what? I really started liking old Max with Jacob Freeman, and I like Joe, but I will agree with Arnhem here. We knew it was coming. Okay.
Yeah.
We knew MJF wasn't fixing to pull a Roman. He wasn't fixing to pull a Bruno, but we knew it was coming. But I'm going to start with, and I think, some people may disagree. I don't think that was a complete 3-drop on the hands. You could tell the ref was confused, because his first 2 hands dropped completely to the mat. 1,
right,
2. And then that third one was on his leg, was on Joe's leg. Ref looks confused as he did with Mox and Cassidy. Hey.
Yeah, the ref was like, and calls it, right?
And then, and for someone who had just knocked off the most dominant AEW champion since they've been there, he didn't get a pop. He didn't get cheer. Like, I just didn't care for the way it would ended.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was my third of the night. I didn't care for the way that match concluded. Okay, I know they probably, Josh said, they probably had to rush it because they were kind of cutting short on time.
Right.
But for somebody, I'm used to somebody winning the heavyweight championship and there being like a celebration.
Yeah, because let's face it, that should have been a big deal. So I do expect something big from Joe on Wednesday.
But Max will be gone for a minute. They done said so.
Yeah, that would have probably been even better. So, but we talked about this before the show tonight, and one thing I think the reason Joe didn't get a celebration was due to the fact that they didn't have time. Yeah, exactly. The match was secondary because of the whole devil reveal thing. But with what Chris brought up, like I said, we talked about the whole hand drop thing. So if you've watched matches, the only time you've ever seen them bring somebody's hand up like that and they call the match,
Hogan was one of them.
They always do it on the first drop. If you notice, when they do 1, 2, on the third one, they always hold their hand up.
Yeah, or halfway and they'll go.
Yeah, or if you're Austin, you'll do this. We know how much I love Stone Cold. Anyways, so what I think happened was that they had to go home faster than they planned. And maybe Joe and Max knew what they were about to do, but the ref didn't. That's why the confusion, because if he was about to drop it a third time, it wasn't supposed to be called. But when he dropped the third time, that's not what happens. So the ref is like, call it, Again, as we've already said, the whole ending was a crock of shit.
Like I said, though, hey, Joe won't have it for long. It's going to be on Jay White. and then Max is going to come back. Let's hope he comes back. And that's why I was hoping Dylan would be on from last week. I don't want to see him go to WWE. He will be forgotten about in WWE. Now I'm going to quote a phrase that's been used for years and years and years. Okay, Max, if you're listening, I'm pretty sure Josh does hashtag him in this. Okay.
Yeah.
Not all money's good money.
Right.
Okay. The grass ain't always greener, brother. The money's not always the best money. And I don't care if you will be forgotten about. You may get a shot at Roman when Roman's defending in Nashville in 5 years. You know what I mean? It just don't make sense for him to go yet. You get that? No. Did you catch on to that, Josh? Hey, did you catch on to that? Hey, he still has it when he comes to National Mania. It's like, don't do it, man. Don't do it. Take some time to rest, because I'm thinking his shoulder's really hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
let's just take time to rest, and let's come back and let's try to get it off Jay White. You know what I mean? Let's start a new thing, because he's going to have it.
Yeah, I don't
January
think he's taking it off Joe.
New Year's Eve, Gladiator predicting it. Jay White to be champion before the year's over with.
I think he will before the year's over with, but he's not going to take it off Joe. They have kept Jay White.
And let's hope Swerve has something too.
So low that because they just have not done anything with him. He's got no momentum for it.
Let's hope Swerve has one on him too before the end of the year.
So before we get into the other part, I want to bring up, because I brought it up earlier, and there's a reason I brought it up earlier, the press conference after the show. So number one part of that, it was talked about that Max is taking time off because he is legit hurt. He had control over whether or not, and this is evidently how bad it is, he had control over whether or not agreed. Max has control on his creative a lot, and he had the option of not defending for this show. And they left it up to him because I guess his arm's in that bad shape. But he went ahead and went for it because that's what needed to happen. So,
oh, you forgot one thing.
Hmm.
Adam Cole was the devil.
Well, that's what I said. We're going to get to that last part after.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
So during the press conference, though, I guess it was either during that or some other interview with Joe. Joe mentioned some names on who he may defend his title. One of them, blah, move on. Hangman Adam Page. Why he mentioned Hangman? Don't know. Don't care. Blah. We're moving on. Don't get me wrong. We like Hangman Adam Page. Hangman Adam Page needs.
I swear to God, if they give it to him before they give Swerve a chance, something's definitely wrong.
So I don't see. I don't know. I don't even see him as a contender right now. Hangman is just not. Like I said, he needs an overhaul. Moving on. Blah blah blah. The other name that Joe mentioned, we've mentioned several times, and it's not Jay White. It's Swerve.
I could go with that. I could like that.
So Joe and Swerve, I'm all for.
And maybe Swerve was giving it to Hint when he was walking out after the match.
I hope so. Something
don't get me wrong right here, though. That would be a good curveball to WWE.
Yeah.
If they put an African American champion. I'm telling you, it's not done enough, Josh.
All right, you're right. You're definitely right. So with him mentioning Swerve though, and then thinking about going back to what we talked about, that Swerve match, the way they did it, the way they made him look, they made Swerve look like this is he walked out of there going, this is beneath me. This is what I am. This is what I'm going to be.
Yeah.
Get used to it.
I can get behind it, bro.
So my hope, and I believe that going forward for 2024, AEW is going to a 12 pay-per-view a year model. I believe they've said that, which means, we're going to get one in January. Do I think Joe is dropping it in January? No. My hope is that Joe faces somebody. Go ahead. Face Hangman Adam Page in January. I don't care. Demolish him. And then.
So, do you think, though, I mean, this devil thing's got to be a ploy for one of them to be the next one up? Well, Adam and Joe had to have something going on. Thanks for doing business with you. Pleasure doing business with you.
Well, I have some thoughts on it. But my thought on Joe, I think my hope is that he will defend in January. He'll retain. You can't have Joe go out, win it one month, and lose it the next. We need, a little bit more out of Joe because Joe's better than that. However, something needs to happen, and then we have some, Joe wins, maybe gets on the mic or something and says, "There's nobody out here. None of y'all are going to take this from me. This is mine forever." Blah blah blah. Then you hear the, okay, and he's going to tell you, that's my belt. That's my title. Don't care what you think. Swerve. If Joe faces Swerve in February after one good title defense at a pay-per-view and he faces him in February, Joe loses. There's no way. Joe will lose to Swerve. And then let's go with the pay-per-view, the big one of the summer that AEW has. Maybe that's when you'll get Jay White winning the title off of Swerve.
He'll probably win it in Wembley.
All in? That could be.
Yeah.
That'd be a good spot for Jay White to do it. Again, though, for
now,
Jay White.
Whoa. Hey, I don't mean to cut you off. We got Ospreay starting this year, too.
That's true. Woo.
We got Will Ospreay starting this year, too, guys.
That's a good question, and I'm about to get to it. I'll leave it up on the screen so we don't forget it. So with Jay White, though, for him to be considered next champion, we know we've seen his New Japan stuff. We know Jay White. Here's the problem. Does all of the AEW fans know Jay White and know what Jay White's capable of? If they haven't watched New Japan, they don't, because Jay White has not been in AEW long and has not done a lot. Not throwing shade to Jay White.
I know what Jay White's about. Shoo-wee.
Jay White is the shit. There's no doubt. But they've got to put some victories under his belt that are meaningful. Not a feud with the Acclaimed and the rest of Bullet Club Gold. I don't know where Bullet Club Gold is at the moment. We haven't seen them in a while, but the thought process needs to be get them back together and do exactly what we talked about in episode 37, by the way. It's when we talked about the next thing we're going to talk about. We talked about this as well. Bullet Club Gold getting strapped up.
It could be the Ring of Honor, because who really is the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions now? Is it the Kingdom? Is it?
It's the Kingdom. That's what they're claiming.
No, Arzal. We need Bullet Club, but we need more, because anybody knows New Japan Bullet Club, it wasn't just 4 people.
Right.
It was always a group. That was a big stable, bro.
But let's answer that question. What do we feel about AEW monthly shows?
Josh, we're at 6.2 thousand likes.
Woo! Awesome.
Now remember, we don't like gifts on here, so don't send any gifts.
AEW monthly shows, I like. Again, we are old school WWF guys. You know, back. We're used to, you know, the big thing with me was Attitude Era. I was not able to get as deep into it before that, just due to accessibility. But you think back to that, if that's where you cut your teeth, every month you had a pay-per-view, your champion.
You had your monthly, but you had your big 4. You know,
right.
You had your huge ones that were just like, yes. You know what I mean?
Your Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam,
Survivor Series.
AEW, I would say if they're going to go 12, they should set something like that where they got a big 4 or something to that effect. My only hang up about AEW having 4 or 12 shows a year,
Miss Amy?
is their pay-per-views. They need that streaming deal, because I promise you, we will pay the streaming deal, because we're already paying $50 every time they have a pay-per-view.
Hey, and I'm sorry, no downing or the Bleacher Report, but I like a pay. Like, if I want to pause it, hey, I like to be able to rewind it if I want to. You know what I mean? It's like that's the hardest thing to do on Bleacher Report, man, on that streaming service, dude, is to get things. You fast forward it, you're at the end of the match. You're at the end of the pay-per-view, you know? Yeah, I agree. Now, back in my day, Arnold, you was paying a good $50 to $70 depending on the pay-per-view.
Yeah, Attitude Era, they were running, I want to say 30 a month, and then they went up to, and then WrestleMania was 40, if I remember correctly. Yeah. But that's our take on 12 pay-per-views a year. I would prefer them be 12 premium live events so they don't cost me as much damn money. Okay, we've waited long enough. The Devil.
We caught it.
Check the description. There's a link in the description of this live. As soon as we go off, click that link. Go back to episode 37, and you'll see what we said. We said exactly. The only thing we had wrong was Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish possibly being part of the Devil's Men. We called Adam Cole as the Devil back on episode 37.
We should have called it when he was in the ring, clicking the switch in his pocket. You know what I mean?
We actually did. I don't remember what show it was on, but we talked about it. Why didn't it tell me what? It was 2 months ago when we had that episode, by the way.
What is WBD, Arzal? Warner Brothers? Is that Warner Brothers?
Yeah, Warner Brothers Discovery.
Thank you, Miss Amy. We love our cuts. We love our cuts. We love our merch.
Damn right. Yeah, that's Warner Brothers Discovery. That's who they're supposed to be having getting that streaming deal with. Chop, chop, Tony. Get it done.
You said WWE.
Oh yeah, they were because they were trying to bring NXT to I think the Warner Brothers network, the WB.
And then we got
because they were trying to
packed with wrestling, Josh.
They were trying to kill off that damn. That's what they were trying to kill off by going to WB. But yeah, episode 37, we called it. Our good buddy from Last Week in Wrestling Podcast, Dylan, came on that show and said we were wrong.
Refused to believe it.
And said that he knew exactly who it was. And he came on and spent a long time explaining why we were wrong and that the Guns were, I believe he said Austin Gunn was the devil. I hope you're watching. And if you're not, I hope you watch this after we go off the air. Just so you know, we were right. 2 months ago, episode 37, we called that. Like I said, the only thing we got wrong was Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish were not part of it.
Yeah.
We did say that Roderick Strong was going to be. I think Roderick Strong and the Kingdom were going to be part of it, and then the other two. Back then, we were thinking
Warlow.
No.
I mean, we should have put 2 and 2 together, but honestly, I don't think Warlow was a part of a lot of them tags because we would have noticed his big ass.
Yeah, he's not a small guy.
I'm sorry.
The one thing that I noticed because I had to rewatch that episode, there's a reason I did that. But anyways, we said there was 5 of the Devil's men, and there's only 5 including the Devil. Something, I think we watched it, and then I think there was 5 guys at one point attacking people.
Yeah, there was.
So I don't know why we ended up with 4 and a Devil, unless we're going to get another reveal or something. But
I mean, damn, man, they just ripped MJF, just stripped him of everything within a matter of days.
Yeah, lost the Ring of Honor tag titles, and this is the big thing. That I believe that negotiations for MJF's 2024 contract are over. Whether he signed a dotted line or not, he says he hasn't. But I think Tony Khan has got him convinced to stay. God, I hope so.
He'd be stupid not to, because I'm telling you, he dropped the ball on Sasha.
Because if MJF leaves after the build-up for this whole Devil thing, and this is what I was saying a while ago. The build-up for the whole Devil thing is Adam Cole trying to ruin MJF.
Yeah.
It was never about the title. It was about Max, which is why they can continue this with Max not being champion and Cole and everybody part of that, Wardlow, they all have beef with Max. So,
but I'm hoping Max gets some help. You know what I mean? Somebody's got to step up to help Max. You know what I mean? Somebody.
He's going to have to find somebody. Who else was part of the Pinnacle? Sean Spears is already gone. They just announced that he left AEW. Who else was part of the Pinnacle? Was FTR in the Pinnacle?
The Acclaim could step up and help.
Yeah, FTR was part of the Pinnacle, so maybe he could try to sway FTR. Yeah, he's got the Acclaimed.
Somebody. I'm sorry. I was just looking at it. Somebody was trying to battle us.
Oh shit!
It was popping up. Somebody was trying to battle us down there. Next time, buddy, we'll battle next time. I don't know how much we'll win, but we'll battle you.
Yeah.
All right, guys. 3,000. We just need 300 more to get 7,000 likes for tonight's episode, everybody. We hope we did it. Hope we can do it.
The Firm. Okay. I see you. Look, he's got to find somebody because he's got a formidable team of guys now gunning for his ass. And he's not going to be able to take them 5-on-1. No way. So
No.
that's interesting. The Firm. Or maybe
Mogul
a new.
Embassy.
Huh?
He's going to get Mogul Embassy.
That would be smart on his part. I don't think he's going to be able to accomplish that. But that would be one of the best things for him to do.
Kind of do some ploy. That way Swerve can get in there. And, man, I'm sorry. I like Joe. But, man, Joe's been around. Joe's done it. We need to get some new faces.
Who was the
I want
Firm?
to see new faces with straps. You know what I mean?
The Firm was Big Bill. Hell, I think Sean Spears may have been part of the Firm, too.
Gladiators, tell us who was in the Firm on YouTube. Let us know who was in the Firm.
Ours all ought to be able to fill that gap in. I'm struggling who the other ones were.
We hit 7,000 likes, Gladiators. We appreciate every like you do. We got over 10 shares. We appreciate the shares. Everything's greatly appreciated, guys.
W. Morrissey, Ethan Page, Lee Moriarty, and the Guns. Had to look it up. That's embarrassing. Private Party and Matt Hardy were there for a minute. That's okay. Yeah, they were late additions, forced additions, basically. But yeah, the Firm when it came out was Morrissey, Ethan Page, Lee Moriarty, and the Gun Club, and they were introduced when Max wore the. Oh wow, Arzal. You hit something good saying the Firm. Now Starks wasn't in it. But the Firm, that's how they were introduced when Max came out in the Devil Mask. They're the ones that helped him get that. Now I stand here.
We'll have to wait though. Hey, we'll definitely have to wait because he's going to take a little break.
Yeah, let's get him healed up. But that was World's End. That was our feelings on everything that happened. Overall, what would you give that show a grade as?
I wouldn't go low because we only had one really just horrible match.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was unfortunately, that one. So I'm going to give it a good C+, B+, around in that area.
I was going to go B+. That's where I was going to give it.
I'm solid with a B+. I feel good with a B+.
All right. Well, there you have it. A B+. Okay. Artem gives it a 7.3 out of 10. Acceptable. Yeah. All right. So before we go off, this is it is New Year's Eve, guys. I can tell you right now, my plans are.
Hard to believe it's going to be a whole year before we talk to everybody again.
Right. We'll see you again in 2024. Mm-hmm. But let's do this. What are we going to do in 2024?
I'm going to lose 10 pounds.
We'll lose 10 pounds?
Well, should this be the Gladiator resolutions?
Oh, we can do some resolutions real quick.
All right. I joined y'all's team here on TikTok. It contributes points. I don't know what you're speaking of. What is that? Our team. What are you talking about? Sent team bracelet. Oh, okay. Became the number 4 member on the team.
Okay, cool.
I don't know what that is. We'll have to look into it.
I don't know what that means either, guys. He's on TikTok live over there, and we're still learning the TikTok stuff.
Oh, so. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Amy. Oh, Amy sending the fires.
Awesome. We're loving
another one.
TikTok.
Thank you.
We're having a lot of fun over on TikTok, doing lots of stuff on live. So we are going to keep that going. My resolution for 2024 is just better in my overall health. I won't get into anything, but I got things to take care of, and I intend on taking care of it. So
he will walk again, everybody. Don't worry.
I'm not quite Tiny Tim over here, but
As a whole, yes, Josh, that's a good thing. But as we're talking, Gladiator, I want Gladiator to just be, just one of the best wrestling podcasts out there.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I want. That's what I think. Whatever our followers that watch us, these little 4 and 5 people, I'm grateful for.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And eventually these little 4 or 5 are going to be like, hey man, we remember starting with these guys back in 2023 when there was only 3 people watching them every Sunday.
Yep.
Thank you very much, Arnold. And if you check it out, we'll be having a really, really good giveaway coming up. I'm not sure when, but it's some autographed photos. I put all the photos on TikTok. Coming. Yes.
We are doing 2024 is going to bring a whole lot of stuff for us. We're doing we're going to try to do a few more giveaways. That we've had a lot of fun with that, and we're going to continue that. We are planning an award show. We've talked about it a few times. The first annual Crock of Shit Awards to celebrate our 1-year anniversary. It's been an awesome year. We're gonna, as you've seen already, just in the past month, we have both improved our backgrounds and the way we're putting on the show. The show improvements are going to keep happening. Maybe make the podcast. Yeah, I kind of dropped the ball on that.
We just enjoy this one though. You know what I mean? It's like,
it's not hard to do. Marissa Johnson says, "Hey," from Facebook.
Oh, love Marissa.
Welcome. So it's going to continue. Changes are going to keep happening because we're finding more and more ways to better it.
Yep.
And
we're always coming up with brainstorms too. It's like, what if we do it this way? What about one event that we can do it this way?
We're going to continue going, doing the TikTok lives. We take turns. We'll be doing some together. We're going to try to bring more of the podcasts where we actually double up in the same area stuff. Maybe, we may be doing one over there with him. We may be doing them here. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff like that. The unboxings are coming back. If y'all have followed the channel and seen all the action figure unboxings, they're coming back. We've
got a lot to open.
Whew. Yeah. Every time I open one, I think 5 more appear. So much more coming though. We've got a lot of activity going to be happening here on all platforms of the Gladiator Wrestling Podcast. But it's been a crazy 2023.
I'm glad we started this thing, man.
It's amazing. If you guys aren't aware of where it started and how it started, I won't give you the full story, but get a collection tour. We will make that happen.
Jump on TikTok. I may stay on live a little bit longer, and I could give a quick. Believe me, mine will be a little bit quicker than Josh. Okay. And Josh, I don't think you're probably going to make a lot of people upset when they say if you don't get some things put up instead of just, hey. Oh, hey, this is Josh. Oh, 1 of 300 coffee came. All right, put it in my box. I can throw it.
Well, not that bad.
I know.
But that can definitely happen. Man, we started this. It was audio only. We didn't do anything on video. We recorded it and then put it up on all of the Spotify and iTunes and all that stuff. And it came out on Mondays before Raw. From there, it upgraded to let's start doing it on YouTube. So then we started recording it on Sundays, and I would edit it all together and add in the stuff, and then we post it once again on Monday nights before Raw. And then it was his, I forget where the camera, it was his significant other that told us, you guys got to start going live. and we
over and over and over. Hey, I ain't never gonna do that. Let you go live.
Yeah, it wasn't just
our moderator.
Yeah, it wasn't just a one-time thing. It was you guys got to go live. You got to start going live. And we were, okay, let's figure this out. So then it was all about setting up and figuring out how to go live. And once we got that figured out,
at the Rumble, Arnhem, at the Rumble, you will see Sasha.
Yeah, I don't think Andrade's going to be on Raw, but
I think Andrade's going. But yeah,
we're split on that one. But we started going live on YouTube. We were just doing it on YouTube, and then we expanded to live on Facebook and live on Twitch. And then the same Miss Hall moderator said, you guys got to get on TikTok. You got to get on TikTok. You got to go live on TikTok.
Yep.
So we introduced the TikTok, and we started. Oh God, we worked tirelessly getting that built up to where we could go live. Because if you don't know anything about TikTok, you have to have you have to have try that again. You have to have 1,000 followers to go live on TikTok. So we tirelessly, over the course of maybe 2 or 3 months,
longer than that, brother,
worked
about 4.5.
Worked at getting TikTok live, and that just happened back in November, wasn't it?
Yep.
So, we were, matter of fact, it was the end of November because I was at home, sicker than hell, and we hit it, and then my phone's blowing up, and he was calling me saying, "We're so close, we're right there, we need like 15 or something like that." And I was, I'm trying, I'm getting us there. It's gonna happen tonight. And stream on Kick, you'll complete the streaming circle. I have to figure out what that is.
No, hey, y'all, we're going to have to get a P.O. box. We're going to have to get some laptops or some tablets or something. We're going to go live on all these places.
Right.
You might have an old tablet or something they want to kick Gladiator's way to improve the content. I don't hurt my feelings none.
But we a few minutes later, after he called and said, "We're almost there, we're going to get it," we hit the 1,000 mark, and we were both jumping up and down, excited. He was at work and he was running back and forth, telling everybody he could. And, okay, it's like Twitch. All right. And I was at home just like, it's happened. We're finally going to do it. We're going to go live on TikTok. And then it set in. What the hell are we going to do on TikTok?
Yeah.
But we had so many ideas, and I don't know that we've done any of them, but we still got a lot of ideas. I'm glad you brought up Twitch, because if you followed the channel, you saw some video game WWE 2K23 stuff. And one of the goals for 2024 is to bring the gaming live to Twitch and off of YouTube.
We need to find a way to face each other.
Yeah, that's what we want to do. We want to bring it to where we're both there. I know it can be done. We just have to learn how to do it. But we will. But the other big thing for 2024, before we end this show, how the hell did it turn into an hour and 40 minutes?
I know.
The clock must be broke.
Hey,
that's what it is.
As Hulk said, Hulk always has a way to make his entrance and his voice heard on every live.
Right? Yeah, he don't hold back. But 2024, we've said it a million times on here, is going to be the year of the Gladiator. And I promise you we're going to make that a fact. Why is my hat crooked?
I was wondering that. I was like, man, I was about to say your hat's crooked.
I can't do anything on video or take a picture if I got my hat on. It'll always be crooked. Anyways, merch. That is one of our biggest goals at GWP. Besides our personal goals for 2024, our biggest goal is merch. We have got a lot of ideas kicking around for different merch. Of course, as you can see, we've had the flags made. We've had those for a while. There is a different version of that flag than what we got hanging up. One of them.
This is the newer version. We had an original that don't like. It looks like my hat.
I don't know.
It don't have the Gladiator Wrestling Podcast above it.
I don't know if it'll show. If I can find it. There it is.
Thank you, Arnhem. We appreciate it, buddy. This has been a good. Buddy, we always need shout outs, buddy.
Yeah. If he wants to hit us give us a shout out, that'd be awesome.
That would be amazing. So we appreciate that.
But those, I'm trying to figure out. We got to get the. Oh, I'm pretty sure we follow that channel.
AXT WWE figures.
Matter of fact, I think they might be a subscriber.
All right, thank you.
Sweet. But right now, it's trying to figure out how to do it, because I can attach a merch store to YouTube, but we have to unlock the monetization level first, and we're about 392 subscribers away from part of that.
Yeah.
So that's.
But we can still do it. You know what I mean?
But we're still going to bring it. We may before too long, we may get some made up and do it some other way just to get it out there. Well, neither one of us have the shirt on, but the shirts that we have won't look like the ones that'll come out. The shirts that'll come out, the first will be looking like the flag back there. So that's one of our biggest goals, and of course we want to hit big and get ourselves a full blown studio where we can really go.
We will not forget the loyal beginners.
Absolutely. But I don't know if the full blown studio will happen in 2024, but it's damn sure on the radar.
Stay tuned. Hey, that's all we can say. Just stay tuned. We're gonna be up there competing with the big dogs.
Yes.
All right. You about ready, brother?
Yeah. The only other thing I want to add, we plan, and I hope you guys have enjoyed the ones we've done so far, but we plan on doing a lot more interviews.
January 7th, Cousin Condry.
Next episode, we've got an interview lined up. I wanted our first one of the year to be special, and we've got someone we know and have grown to become very fond of in the local scene.
He's really good. He's good talent. Good people too.
So we're going to have him on next week doing an interview. You don't want to miss that. And like I said, we're going to try to do, a lot more interviews. They're a lot of fun. I really enjoy when we get interviews in. And hopefully, I don't know, we'll have, maybe Roman will be on. Maybe 2025.
All right. But go ahead, Josh.
Now that's going to do it for today. I'm out.
But I just want to, from Gladiator, everybody have a safe and happy New Year. If you're out tonight, just please be careful. Don't, just be safe. Get home to your loved ones. And always, we'll see you next year. And I got a special one coming up tonight, as always.
Always Gladiators out.
See you in 2024.
Happy New Year.